All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? I'm back. I'm back on video due to a lot of technical and personal issues going on, but I said I might as well go back onto the video to let you see my lovely face. Yeah, so thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, and coming on back. I do appreciate that. And check out the other podcast, the Almost Irish podcast that I have with me, Dan Barry, Dennis Rooney. I don't know what the fuck those lads are doing, though. I've been gone for 2 weeks to the old country. I've been gone to the old country for 2 weeks, and these lazy fuckers haven't done shit. So I haven't even spoken to them about it yet. So I shall be approaching that subject later today, and it won't be a fun one. It won't be a fun one. I'll tell you that right now. Mick Thomas is a nice lad, but when he has to bring the hammer down, he brings it down. So those lads are going to hear about it. But I do appreciate you coming back. So thanks so much. Yeah, it's nice to be back. First podcast since I got back from Ireland. And here's what I kind of want to go into today. It just, Long Island fucking sucks. It does. I don't know, because I came from maybe 2 weeks of just people being nice. You know what I mean? But Long Island people. Now listen, I've tons of Long Island friends. I love you. And the people who come see me to my shows on Long Island, I love you too. So I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about some of the diseased people of Long Island. What I mean by diseased is just they're fucking like what. It's almost like why do we need them? But then you kind of figure out, well, we do need them. You know, they're the type of people we need that when they go to mine. If we had mining stuff on here, right? That, you know, when you go in and you're a miner and then a mine caves in on you and you sing songs about them, and we need those people. And some of those are the people I met the other day on the train coming from the airport. Because none of my friends or family wanted to pick me up. Thanks for that, cunts. And, I got stuck on the train listening to these 7 or 8 people on the train coming home. Now, again, I'm going to say I like Long Island people, my Long Island friends and my Long Island people who come to my shows and stuff. You're great. You're lovely people. You really are. And you know who you are if you have the same complaints I do. But... so I get on the train and there's these lads coming home from, doing construction in the city. Hard job, tough job, right? We need it. We do need that. We wouldn't have skyscrapers. We wouldn't have roads. We wouldn't have we wouldn't have subways. I'm not talking about the people who make it. They're usually Indian in America, and at least on Long Island. But we wouldn't have the building for them, right? If it wasn't for the Long Island people, the union guys. So I'm on the train and I'm just fucking I'm exhausted. I just flew from Ireland the whole way. Obviously the whole way. What the fuck? Did you walk 20 miles? You fucking idiot. Of course I flew the whole way. So I flew from Ireland to JFK, got the air train. Nice. The air train is just full of jaded people who work at the airport. They're quiet. They don't want to talk. And then I get onto the train in Jamaica, Queens, to go back to Eastern Long Island, where I live. And there was 7 or 8, like I said, construction lads, and you had to hear the fucking conversations that they had. Just mind-numbing morons. Just fucking morons. And they're all talking about how great they are. Like, they're all about, I fucking would, and it got political. Now, I have my headphones in, right? So I put my headphones in, and I just kind of looking at the window like, I'm not playing anything, I'm not listening, because I genuinely wanted to dive into this social experiment. You know when you go to the zoo and you just watch the chimps? You just want to watch them. You want to see, will they fuck? Will they throw food at each other? Will they shit in their hand and toss it against the wall? You just want to kind of see what goes on there. But if you stare at the chimps too long, the chimps are going like, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at? I go, no, nothing, chip. Well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here. So you kind of pretend you're doing something. And that's what I was doing. I had my headphones in while the fucking chimps had their conversation. And it was all political. And it was stuff like, now, here's the thing. We all know here that Mick Thomas is not political in any way. He doesn't pick a side. He never has picked a side. And we know why I don't pick sides. Because I don't believe in joining teams. But, so they were talking about how so here's my point is I get how people don't like the Trump supporters. These are the ones that you don't like, right? I know a doctor, very educated, calm, kind person, and he just goes, I just like Trump's policies. I like Trump's policies. That was it. right? And those are the other people that go out there and vote. But these are the ones that make the news. These are the ones that the people over here go, I don't like them because, and you're right. I'm agreeing with you now, people on the left. I'm agreeing with the people on the left who you don't like, Trump supporters. It's just these ones. There are good ones. I'm not saying these guys are not good in their own heart, but they are fucking morons. They are morons. So these are the ones you don't like. And I kind of might stand over here with you and point at them and go, yeah, they are fucking morons, right? But again, there are so many good Trump supporters, just like there are Biden Trumper supporters. So they're talking about how great Trump was, and it's the whole typical, if I wasn't white, I would get this, and just being loud. And then we get to one stop. My favorite one is like, yo, if I was president. Like, that's not how that sentence isn't going to go well when someone starts with, yo, if I was president. So I'm like, all right, let's see where this fucking goes. Let's see where this guy goes with this one. Yo, if I was president. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to go into what he said, because by me telling you he started a sentence with, yo, if I was president, you know exactly what he's going to say. Something fucking moronic. So they're all just, yeah, why have I got this here on my beard? It's just fucking tickling my nose and it won't stop. Gotta trim it down a bit. It looks like, for people watching at home, looks like Mick Thomas does coke before every podcast. He really doesn't. There's a fucking hair that's sticking up on my beard. It's tickling the hair that's coming down from my nose. So then we get to a train stop, a stop, and this Hispanic guy gets on with a bike. Not a motorcycle, it's a push bike. And he gets on, he stands there, he's minding his business, staring the opposite direction when I'm staring. And these guys are fucking talking about Mexicans and how the Mexicans are coming over here, and if I was a fucking Mexican, I would get this, and just fucking moronic shit, right? Just moronic shit. Loudmouth. He's like, yo, bro, you don't want to tell me what to do, because the people who talk about themselves like that, you don't want to tell me, because I'm amazing, I am. I'm crazy. If anyone calls himself crazy, you're not crazy. It's not what real crazy is. Real crazy are people who don't know they're crazy. They just think, well, this is normal. This is normal. I should be able to walk into a supermarket and complain that you're charging me for a plastic bag, so I'm going to shit down the fucking detergent aisle and just walk off. Right? That's what a crazy person is. When you say, like, yo, I'm crazy, you're not crazy. You're not. You're a fucking idiot. Simple as that. Or when you use your zip code, your location, to say you don't want to mess with me because I'm from, like, the geography has given you superpowers, you fucking morons. Hispanic guy gets on, and again, I pretend to listen to music so they don't understand what I'm saying. And then when I got on, one guy yelled, yo, nice man bun. And I did, and I should have been made fun of, because I was traveling. My hair was greasy, kind of like it is now. I didn't wash it, didn't want to leave it hanging out, didn't have a hat, so I tied it back into a man bun. And absolutely right, I should have been thrown from the train when another train was coming the other direction, to be splattered by both trains. But still, if that's my choice for a man, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Let it go. But I pretend I didn't hear him because I had my headphones in. So, if I was Mexicans wouldn't be doing blah, blah, blah. So the Hispanic guy just kind of gets his bike and walks down the train and goes to the next car. Goes to the next car, mind his business. And the other guys are still here changing the world about, bro, this, that, the other. If I was president, all this is going on, and they're changing the world for the better. Trust me, they really are. Some of the forward-thinking ideas they had, I don't even want to share them with you because they're so good. You're probably thinking, like, why don't we do it then? That is such a good idea. Why don't we do it then? So I really can't share their ideas, because maybe they listen to this podcast. I don't know. Maybe they listen to this podcast and they might call up and say, hey, you gave up my idea. I patented that great idea, which will make our country great once more. So the Hispanic guy walks down, and then 10 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, and the ticket guy walks in, the ticket collector, take the tickets, click, 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 click. And he says to one of the guys, I guess the leader of the chimps, and he goes, guys, did you hear any conversations going on here that was of racist nature? And they're like, what? What, bro? Like that. He's like, because there was someone on the train complained that there was some racial conversation going on, and it was kind of got a bit aggressive. And then the guy goes, yo, you ain't the fucking principal. I'm in the fucking principal's office. Get the fuck out of here. Take your fucking tickets. Fucking stamp your fucking tickets. So they all get, that way. We fucking say, this is America, bro. I thought this was America, bro. If I was black, I could say that shit and get away with it. If I was fucking Mexican, I could say that shit. And I'm looking at the window, just nodding my head to no music. And I'm just like, you fucking Long Island douchebags. And then all of a sudden, so the ticket guy walks away, just like, why am I bothering? Why do I bother? And I looked at the ticket guy, what are you doing? What are you bothering? What are you going to achieve this? Are they going to all get together and go, yeah, you know what? We did come a little bit heavy. We did lean a little bit too much into it. We are sorry. Sorry if we offended anybody. What's the fucking goal here? As soon as he walks down the train, they get braver again. Like, get the fuck out of here, fucking go to you. And he kept repeating, is this the fucking principals? Like, he was waiting for his friends to laugh, but like he didn't. Like, oh, well, maybe they didn't fucking hear me. Is this the fucking principals? And he just kept going and going. And I was like, oh, you fucking douchebag animals. So then one of the guys kind of leans back and he turns and he goes, yo, bro, he's down there. So then they get up and we're going to walk down. Now, Mick Thomas is sitting here, and I am a man of the people, and I'm not Batman. But if they were going to harass somebody, like, physically, I would step in. I know you're thinking, no, you wouldn't. I would. I really would. Not saying I would jump in and Batman the shit of all of them, or Daredevil them, or whatever, other vigilante, the Punisher. Maybe I'd call somebody. Maybe I'd do that. But then the ticket guy obviously heard and he came back, and he's like, no, fucking sit down. Sit down. He's like, I'm just going to the bathroom. The bathroom. I just go to the bathroom, which I say bathroom, actually. What am I talking about? I just do it in an Irish accent. Same. I guess maybe my accent doesn't make me sound like a moron. Maybe, luckily, thank God. But yeah, so he's like, well, there's a bathroom down there, so go down to that one. And it just turned into that. I'm just thinking, like, maybe because I just sat down for 2 weeks in Ireland and just listening to people talk and just the kindest people and all that stuff. And then I just got off the plane and it's immediate. It's a fucking bang culture shock, isn't it? Right? It's a fucking culture shock right to your face. And I just like, I can't get over it, man. And then you get off the train and you just look at the traffic, that fucking, like the aggression. Here's what I never understood. Like, do you ever want to see how dangerous traffic is? Right? And I'm talking about Long Island or any other place else, but specifically kind of Long Island, but even wherever you are. I saw it in Ireland on the motorways and the parkways and all that stuff. Walk over one of those bridges that go over the parkways or the motorways, the highways, whichever you want to call. Walk over one of those bridges and just lean over and look over, and you will see 3 lanes of traffic just fucking whizzing by. Cars that are driving 70 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour, 2 feet from each other, right? 2 feet from each other, and they're flying down in a fucking minimum of 3 tons of a car. The small ones are about 2.5 to 3 tons of steel, and they're like the Blue Angels flying in the sky, and they're so fucking close to each other, and we don't address that. We don't address that. We just sit there and we fucking just go, yeah, that's normal, it's a car. And we give these licenses to fucking anybody, and we give, as long as you have a good credit score, you can have one of these fucking iron off, because it's like a room that you're driving, right? Because like I ride my motorcycle, and that's me. I'm on the bike. I'm in connection with the machine. I'm connected to the road. I'm driving it. I got to change the gear. I got to move a certain way. The bike's got to move with me. And I know it sounds kind of like, what are you, a fucking centaur? I think I saw it in a commercial, actually, a centaur, half man, half motorcycle. I don't know. But I'm on my bike and I'm connected to the road. I'm connected to the fucking machine, and every move I make, if I see a pothole, I gotta avoid that. That doesn't look like a good bump. Let me move over there, because that bump could fucking catapult me off the bike. So there's a connection. But when you're in a car, right, and trust me, I've slept in it many times. It's like an office. It's a room. It's an extra room in your house. It is a small room, but it's a room. It's got 4 chairs. You can invite people into it. You can watch a fucking movie in it. It's a room, and you're fucking driving that room at 75 mile an hour. Sometimes you could be an asshole and go more, and you are 2 feet away from another one, and you get these license based on a 15-minute exam. based on a 15-minute exam, and you get a room based on a good credit score, or you could have a shitty credit score, you can still get it. And we take these fucking things, and nobody addresses the fact that how dangerous they are and how fast we're moving. Like, nobody gives a shit. You could just turn up and just get in a fucking car, and you're on your best behavior to pass a test. Like, yeah, I'll look over my shoulder when I reverse. Nobody does that anymore. Right? You just get in this thing and you whiz down the street at 100 and fucking, some people like can go over 100 miles an hour, and nobody says shit about it. We just give licenses. And so you go to Long Island and we give these fucking douchebags these fucking debt trap licenses to fucking whiz in and out. Just look over and you'll see like the control and trust we give people. It's fucking insanity. It's maddening to me, lads. Fucking maddening. You know, and of course then the douchebaggery of Long Island is going to get higher now that this new Sopranos movie came out, right? This new, what is it, The Saints over Newark or something, the many Saints, I don't know what it is. I watch it, it's a terrible movie. I'm sorry, it's a terrible, terrible movie. There's nothing good about it. It's not, like, I was going to kind of shoehorn, I thought like I was watching it, I was like, you know what, I was about an hour into it, like, you know what I like about this movie? That they're not, you know, like when you do, like a Back to the Future style movie, and they'll like to kind of let people know they're from the past. Someone will say something, get me a Pepsi, like, what's a Pepsi? Or, you know what I mean, like, boy, or you'll see a young child who's like a fucking, like a George Bush or something, and they go, you know, one day if I ever become president, you know, like all this fucking fake foreshadowing. And I thought this was going to be nice because Janice is a skinny little girl in it. Remember Janice from The Sopranos, the sister? She's a skinny little girl on it, and she's kind of like, I was like, good. They didn't have a fat Janice, because I used to hate that too when they do flashback scenes and the kids when they're like 5 have the same haircut when they're an adult. Like, because I've never had this as a child. Like, if you do Mick Thomas the movie and you flash back to my childhood, when I had to jerk off a scout leader, I had to jerk off a scout leader and I had this hair. Can you imagine that? Like, and then you cut to me being traumatized as an adult on a fucking therapist's couch going, yeah, and he just laughed at me. He laughed at me because I was shit at it, and he just said, you know what, get your hand off it, I'll do it myself, you useless fucker. And I had to stand there and watch him jerk off and yell at me because I was shit at doing it. True story. And then you cut to me talking to my therapist about it, and we have the same haircut. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. My hair was terrible. We were poor. I had my mother cut my hair, and you could tell. And if I did have money, I would go to the barber and give it a crew cut. And you don't see that though, right? And my hair was blonde when I was a kid. So these movies, they kind of shoehorn all this shit into it. You know, like they shoehorn all this shit into it. It's like, hey, Janice, put down those cookies or one day you're going to get fat. There was none of that in it, which I kind of liked. You know what I mean? And that was the one saving grace of it that I liked. But in general, it's just not a good movie. And I just think what happens is when The Sopranos came out, especially because I moved to Long Island when The Sopranos had kind of kicked off a little bit. So then all of a sudden everyone became Italian. Even Puerto Ricans were acting Italian. Do you know what I mean? Like normal people, normal Italians, my normal Italian friends would just talk, hey man, what are you doing today? Not too bad. I might go to the gym. Do you want to go to the gym? Nah, I'm not going to go to the gym today. Why not? Well, you should go anyway because you're getting fat. And you go, oh, come on. Right? And then like 2 weeks later, he's into season fucking 4 of The Sopranos. And I go, I say the same thing to him, like, you know, you could go to the gym, you look like you need. He goes, oh, they fucking know. Like, and like everyone turned into that. So now with this new movie, everyone's going to go back to that again, because there's so many unnecessary. Did you do that, Italians? I love you, Italians. You know, I got a lot of family and friends who are Italians. Did you do that? Did you all go, oh, every time you didn't disagree with something? Very loud. You're very loud, people, Italians. I'll say that again, and I love you. I have family and friends who are Italian over here. Some of my favorite people, but you're very loud, and you all know how I feel about the food. I've covered that already. But I just think now that this movie comes out again, and it's just going to, it's not good. It's just not good, and I think everybody's going to say it is good because everyone's afraid. Like I went to see Venom yesterday, Venom 2. You know, I'm a big. Look at this, funny, not planned. Marvel hat, Spider-Man, an enemy of Venom. Not good, shit movie. But I'm all in with the Marvel movies, and some people, like, they're afraid to say they're bad. This one was shit. Venom 2 was shit. But I'm not here to review movies. My point is that this new Soprano movie is going to cause a bunch of people to be, there's going to be a lot more, oh, as you walk around. People are going to get louder now. People are about to get louder. So when you get on the train, when you go to your delis, It's about to get louder. That's all I'm saying. Even with COVID, it's just going to get more noise, and that's kind of how I summon up Long Island. Again, there's a lot of people, and you know who I'm talking about. Lovely people, you know what I'm talking about. It's about to get loud on Long Island. Do you know what I mean? It really is going to get really, really loud. And that's my concern. That anyway, I didn't mean to shit on Long Island this whole episode. Actually, I didn't think I was supposed to just do kind of 5 minutes on that, and then I was going to talk about other stuff. But here I am. Thanks for liking, lads. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in today. Hit subscribe, will you? Because I'm done with all the other social medias. They're going to be gone by the time this airs. Probably, they're all going to be gone. So that's it. I'm done with all of them. I'm sick of them. I know it's not a smart business move. I don't care. I don't want to advertise anymore on social media for this kind of stuff. This is just available on YouTube. Pick it up if you want to watch it. And of course, I'm available wherever you get your other podcasts. I'm going to be like I'm going to be Tesla. I'm going to be like Tesla, where you don't advertise. It's going to, and Teslas do fine. I'm going to be the same. I am going to be the Tesla of podcasts and stand up. That's what I'm going to do now moving forward. But anyway, cheers for liking, subscribing, sharing. Go back, check the Almost Irish podcast. I'll get more of those episodes up this week too. Trust me, I'll talk to those fuckers. And peace and love. Peace and love. I wish you all happiness with everybody. I found a newfound peace in my life. And we'll talk about that maybe on I'm not going to go, trust me, namaste, but I will say always wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.